Hey everyone, my name is Eddie Hood and I am the CEO of IgniteSpot Outsourced Accounting. Today we're going to talk about 7 things you can do to begin marketing your business in an extremely affordable and effective way. Let's get started. So I get asked all the time what it is that we're doing at IgniteSpot to get leads off of our website, because we have a website where we're getting between 20 to 30,000 visits a month. And in that, we're turning out about 200 to 300 leads, people that are looking at using our services, and our sales team is just going through those leads, vetting them, and trying to work out who are going to be the best clients. It's a really, really nice place to be. We worked very hard to get here, and here's the best part about it. I don't have to pay a dime for any of that. And so how are we doing that? That's what people ask us all the time, and I wanted to create a quick video to share with you what we did. Step number 1 is you have to have a good website. This goes without saying. It's just that a lot of us don't actually have good websites. There are a couple static pages maybe, an About Us page that was written in 1982, and then there is no presence of a blog or presence of any kind of human being whatsoever, and all the images are stock images of some random person that isn't even in the business. So if your website sounds like this, you absolutely got to spend some time on fixing it. Now, a budget for this is the most expensive of all 7 of the tips. You're going to spend about $1,000 to $5,000 to actually do this right, unless you need some sort of specialized database in the background, which you probably don't. So how do you do that? Well, go to Upwork.com or some other site where you can hire a freelance professional to do this for you. And I would suggest using the WordPress platform as a great place to start. You can go there, you can get a WordPress professional to set it up for you, to design it, to do all of it for you in that $1,000 to $5,000 budget, and you're gonna be gold. Make sure though that when you do it, that the website they set up has a blog on it, and that it is beautiful and clean and modern, and it's not all cluttered. And put pictures on there of you and your team, not random stock images. Put real people on there that actually work in the business. All right, the second tip is to have that blog. Your website has to have a blog. This is like your ongoing newspaper of thought. It's what makes you the authority in your industry, or at least one of the authorities. If you don't have a blog, your website's just a static set of pages, and Google doesn't like that. Google wants to see that your website is constantly putting out helpful and useful information. And that's what a blog is supposed to do. It's supposed to help. Hear me on this. You are not writing blog posts to push your products or services onto us. You're writing blog posts to answer specific questions that your customers have, and you're answering those questions. So be helpful, be the authority, and be there with those answers, and you're going to begin generating more and more readers on your blog. People will begin subscribing, they'll begin paying attention to you, and that's exactly what you want. The third thing you gotta do is create video just like this. I know you don't wanna get in front of a camera. I don't like getting in front of a camera. It's obnoxious, it takes time, it is what it is. But this is where marketing is going, and you need to be right here. So you don't have to spend any money to do this. You don't need a big studio like I have. You can just flip out the iPhone and get started with some headphones, and I see people do that all the time. The trick is that you need to speak to your customer, and you need to answer again a question. Do not create videos where you're just selling your services, because we're not gonna watch videos where you're just pushing your stuff and you're pushing your product. I don't care. They don't care. They need help. And so if you can help people, they will continue watching your videos, and they'll see you again as the expert. The fourth thing you need to do is create something we call gated content. Gated content means that thing you create lives behind a gate. And an example of this is an ebook or a white paper or a case study. You don't just give these things away. They took a lot of time and energy to create, and they're more in depth than a blog post. There are graphics in it, there are charts and diagrams, and possibly some research or statistics. That data is very, very valuable, so you don't just give it away. In return, the person on your website has to give you something, and it's usually their website, perhaps a phone number, or they might answer a question or two. But they answer those things and they give you that information, and then you give them the ebook. They have passed through the gate essentially. That is a really, really powerful tool to have, because that's what's creating leads on your website. I mentioned before that we're getting 200 to 300 leads a month on our website. It's because of tools like this. Leads aren't generated by reading blog posts. People come, they read blog posts, and they leave, right? Or they might go to your service pages, they might call you. But people come and go on your website all day long doing this. It's gated content that converts people into a lead. So when they fill out that information and give you their website or their email address or whatever it is, that data needs to go into a newsletter database of some kind on MailChimp or Constant Contact or something, so that you're keeping track of their data and you can begin reaching out to them and nurturing those leads. The fifth thing is to do interviews. This is a great tip. It's free. You can get on Twitter and you can speak to pretty much anybody you want. So I would identify 10 to 20 people that you think your customer base cares about. Now, let's pretend you're a lawn care company, okay? You could go out and you could find 10 to 20 really impressive or well-educated or experienced landscapers, people that are really good at specific things, and you could ask them if you could do a video interview with them using a screen share software or something, right? You do that, and you ask them questions that your customers have, and what this does is it exposes them to new knowledge bases, new people, but it puts you in the center of all of it, and again, brands you as the authority. So you might find somebody who, in this example, is really good at taking care of trees. And you might have somebody that's different, that's great at flowers, somebody that's great at understanding grass types and so on. You could bring them on your show, ask them questions, make it a short interview, 10 to 30 minutes max, and then put that on your website. And you can make it free, or you can make it gated content. Either way, it needs to be out there, and you are creating really relevant, really powerful information that your customers absolutely want. And because you're providing it, they're gonna come to you again and again. Number 6 is to get that camera back out and go to your customers and actually film their testimonial of you and your service. Don't just have them write it and then put that blurb on your website. Actually film it and then put that video on your website. It's free, it's powerful, and it makes people feel more connected to the testimonial because they see a real person that's talking about you versus just reading the blurb. You could make up the blurb, honestly. I mean, we don't know if that stuff's real or not, right? But if there's a video and somebody's saying it, that feels more real, more genuine, and it makes me want to buy from you. The last tip, number 7, is to use HARO, H-A-R-O. It stands for Help a Reporter Out. It's a free service online. Just Google Help a Reporter Out and you'll get there. You can get a paid service as well, but you don't have to pay money. Essentially what it is a marketplace where journalists go to when they're preparing to write a piece on something. And you show up in that same marketplace and you offer your expertise and help. And if you can kind of help a specific journalist, they will use your information and they will cite you in that. So you could get featured in important magazines in your industry, publications that are really going to spread the name of your business and you. And most importantly, they will be linking back to your website. And if you can get some links from really powerful websites, that have a lot of authority with Google, if those links are coming back to you, you're going to just benefit immensely from that. So that's it, guys. 7 quick tips to help you grow your business without spending a whole lot of money. I think we only really spent money on 2 of them. The website's going to be $1,000 to $5,000, and your ebook, you will spend money on that because you have to get it done well. You have to get a graphic designer, maybe a copywriter or an editor of some kind. Plan on $1,000 to $2,000 to really create an ebook that's knocking it out of the park. But everything else is free. It's just you and your phone, or you and your blog, or you interviewing people. You do that, you're going to get really far on the internet. But the number 1 thing you have to do, you cannot forget this, is you have to show up consistently at all times. You just have to keep doing it, keep chopping at that tree, and never, ever, ever give up. And after a year or 2, it does take a long time, you're gonna have an engine that's generating leads for you, and you can sit back and start answering the phone. Thanks, guys. I hope this helps. We'll see you on the next one.